Gardening just got real. It's time to garden! Now, we don't mean to poke fun of the seriousness of the situation that we're all in right now, but I do know that I need a little something lighthearted, and I'm thinking that a lot of you probably do too. So, we thought it would be fun to do a video about the top survival crops. Now first, there are the most obvious types of crops that folks will talk about in this type of situation, where it's a garden that you're really depending on to provide the bulk of your calories. And those are great crops. Those are things like potatoes, sweet potatoes, winter squash, corn, beans, and I'm not discounting those. Those definitely have a great place in the survival garden. But I want to talk about a few things that you may not have considered adding to your survival garden. So what's the first one? Do we know what the first thing is? Well, it's not really a thing. It's more of a category. And you know what that is? It's really important. It is seed, but specifically open pollinated seed. Do you know why we want open pollinated seed?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Well, you want specifically open pollinated seed because you can save the seed from your crops indefinitely. You can't do that with hybrids. And if you're planning on saving your own seed, the easiest crops to start with are corn, peas, beans, tomatoes, peppers, and lettuce. And you'll want to brush up a little on seed saving techniques. So on to the specific crops. The first plant that you may want to consider in your survival garden is the hot pepper. So hot peppers are relatively easy to grow. They're super productive and they have incredible health benefits. They can help boost immunity, clear up congestion, and capsaicin, the substance that gives hot peppers their heat, can actually act as a natural pain reliever. And you can use hot peppers to make a natural pest repellent to protect the other crops in your garden. The next very important crop for any survival garden is garlic. Garlic is great for long-term storage, and it can be grown in the off-season. Garlic has long been touted for its multiple health benefits, including its immune-boosting properties, its anti-inflammatory properties, and antibacterial properties, which can actually be used to prevent some of the bacteria that cause things like food poisoning. Not to mention, it's really darn tasty. The next crops to consider are the unloved root crops. When people talk about root crops, I feel like carrots and potatoes get all the love. And for whatever reason, folks tend to forget about things like the lowly parsnip and the beet. Let me see that beet, my dear.
Okay.
So beets are a hardy root crop that store really well and are highly nutritious. Both the roots and the greens are edible, so you're getting two for the price of one. Beets have historically been used as a blood tonic and to support detoxification. Okay, let's take a look at that parsnip. So parsnip, I feel like, is the ultimate underrated root vegetable and is a favorite of mine. Parsnips are incredible roasted and they're delicious riced. Or you could take a cue from a 1940s British wartime recipe for mock bananas. Folks would use boiled or roasted parsnips, sugar, and banana essence to make a mock banana when there was a ban on bananas in their country.
What?
And finally, turnips and rutabagas are two more great root crops that deserve some consideration. They're a dense source of carbohydrates, they store really well, and the roots and the greens of those are also both edible. All the herbs. Seriously, stick as many herbs in as many places as you can, all over your garden, in pots, wherever you can put them. You'll be thankful for the seasoning, and most herbs are packed full of incredible nutrients. A few specifics are oregano. Oregano is a perennial herb which is easy to grow and can be easily used fresh or dried. It has antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and antifungal properties and is delicious. Historically, it's also been used as a food preservative. Cilantro, or coriander, as you'll sometimes see it called, is an incredibly cold hardy, easy to grow herb. You can use it fresh or frozen, and the leaves, seeds, and stems are all edible. Cilantro is well known for its ability to pull toxic heavy metals from the body and is overall a nutritional powerhouse. I highly recommend this one, unless you're part of the 10% of the population to whom cilantro tastes like soap. Then maybe skip it. Basil is another easy to grow annual herb that is full of intense flavor and an excellent source of vitamin K, essential for blood clotting. Another herbal source of vitamin K is parsley. You want to show the parsley? Now this is dried. Parsley is very easy to dry and store, and you can pack a lot into a single jar. It's also high in vitamins A and C, and everyone knows how important vitamin C is in boosting immunity. But just look at that beautiful bright green color, even dried. That's how you know it's healthy. We also have thyme, which is another super easy perennial herb to grow in the garden. It kind of has a lovely low creeping habit, but thyme is delicious and can be used in many, many recipes. It also is a powerful medicinal herb. Thyme makes an excellent herbal cold remedy, and you can make a disinfecting spray using an infusion of thyme. And finally, while it's not a culinary herb, echinacea is a very important herb to consider putting in your survival garden. Echinacea is incredibly effective at boosting the body's immune system. And as an added bonus, it has beautiful flowers which help attract pollinators to your garden. Another plant to consider which will add beauty to your garden and provide additional benefits is the sunflower. Specifically, I would recommend giant sunflowers, as the sheer mass of seed that one head produces is unbeatable. The seeds will come in handy if salty snacks are in shortage. They can be pressed to make a valuable oil, and the large stalks left over at the end of the season can be dried and used as tinder for fire starting. And finally, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about corn, but I have to mention one specific variety because it is a survivalist dream. Painted mountain corn is the ultimate multi-use variety of corn. It was bred specifically for growers in harsh climates on marginal land, and it is a very early, very rugged, open pollinated corn. It can be picked early when the kernels are still in milk stage to be eaten as a sweet corn, or left to dry to be used for cornmeal, hominy, grits, or other dishes. It's an excellent source of calories and carbohydrates, and it's beautiful to boot.
I really love this dark red.
So go out and plant your survival garden today. I don't think you'll actually need it,
But in case there's apocalypse, you might want it.
but we really do think it's a good idea to plant a garden no matter the circumstances. And all of the crops that I've suggested today are great in any garden at any time.
So plant a garden today.
Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Arr.